So, what would happen if aliens touched down in California? And no, I'm not talking about aliens like this. I want you to imagine a hypothetical situation real quick, where a very small group of extraterrestrials, we'll say about 15, uncloak their UFO in the dead center of Los Angeles. Of course, there's no way to know exactly what would happen, but just think for 1 second. Would there be utter chaos? Would there be silence? Would there be mass destruction? That's what today's video is going to be about, guys. Then I want to hear your version of what you think would happen down in the comments. And as long as there's a minimum of, we'll say, 10 different comments, I'll pick my favorite one and I'll Venmo the author $10 just for being awesome. You also must like this video and subscribe to the channel to be able to win. Okay, let's have a conversation. Imagine a world much like ours. Our story unfolds in the heart of Los Angeles, a city of dreams turned into a stage for an event that will change the way humanity operates forever. A colossal UFO descends on the outskirts of Los Angeles, an eerie yet mesmerizing presence that leaves everyone in complete shock. The people of Los Angeles speculate the origin and intentions of these unknown visitors. This is obviously unlike anything anybody's ever seen before. As the alien craft looms over the city, panic spreads like wildfire. Mass chaos grips the streets as people grapple with the unknown. Some curiously watching what this giant saucer is doing as it hovers as tall as the largest skyscraper in LA. 9 out of 10 people in the LA traffic just abandoned their cars, got out, ran to the nearest building, and seeked cover. What would I do personally if I was in the midst of downtown while this was happening? Probably run to the nearest building, but I would make sure I could still hear and see all this unfold. Being able to experience this once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel like would be really important to me. If I'm already down there in the middle of it, I'm gonna want to see it happen. Let me know what you're doing in the comments. Are you running or are you staying? Within 30 minutes, the military steps in to maintain order. Evacuation plans are put into full motion, and ultimately the front lines come together really well to protect the population from any potential threat. While meanwhile, buildings on the ground are being cleared, and anybody that doesn't obey the evacuation order is taken into custody. They're taken to jail. An official level 10 stay inside order is being placed on the entire west coast of the United States, all because they don't know what type of weapons the aliens have, and if they were to do anything serious, how big the range is that it may affect. So they're just telling everybody to go inside and stay inside. Amid the chaos, world leaders come together on a virtual platform to discuss what's going on. During this call, it was made clear first and foremost that each different nation never had any type of official communication with any extraterrestrials, so no one knew why they were there, or so they thought. As more high-ranking officials join this call, it's clear that the nation is becoming heavily divided on how they want to initiate contact with the UFO that's hovering over LA still. It's just hovering there. And we've got all the world leaders on this virtual call, all safe in their bunkers probably, arguing on what the frontline people should do. Then this happens. Calling all units, calling all units. The UFO is landing in the middle of the city. What do you want us to do? Half of the decision makers on this virtual call want to show force initially to assert human dominance, while the other half seek more of a peaceful approach that conveys our willingness to cooperate and communicate. Me personally, I think the second option is the better one. In the midst of uncertainty, an emergency decision is forced. Instead of a whole army approaching the UFO, a group of 15 armed military members were chosen to approach the craft and make initial contact. Recognizing the power of global connectivity, it's decided to broadcast the initial contact live on television and social media platforms. Picture this. 15 representatives approach the alien craft. Some are armed, while others hold out in front of them a mysterious device unfamiliar to the public. Tension fills the air as they start to step closer. With each step forward, the world gets quieter. 40 feet, 30 feet, 20 feet, and then a heart-stopping 10 feet away from this colossal UFO that's laying in the middle of the LA streets. At the front of the group, there's 3 military members holding out the unknown device that nobody's ever seen before. This thing that they're holding up in front of them looks like it's out of like Men in Black or something. The other 12 men behind them are armed, and all 15 are walking towards the spacecraft. Billions of people watching have the exact same question. What is that device? Just as tension reaches its peak, a hatch on the spacecraft begins to creak open, startling the approaching humans and freezing them in their tracks, as well as stunning the billions of people watching on TV and social media. Guns are raised. The silence in that moment is the loudest thing on planet Earth. As both parties hold their breath, seconds feel like decades. While this pivotal moment unfolds, the virtual call among world leaders continues. Over 30 high-ranking officials debate the significance of this encounter. It's not known who asked the question, but something was asked that made the call turn into more of a serious disagreement. The question that was asked: who should be the leader? As the clock ticks, every second becomes crucial. World leaders grapple with diplomatic complexities while events on the ground in LA unfold at an inevitable level. 15 extraterrestrial beings emerge from this spacecraft, captivating billions with their presence. Earth's realization that they're not alone in the universe is now officially confirmed. The lead extraterrestrial speaks. It sounds like gibberish entering the ears of the humans watching, but somehow it was translated in their brains to English so they understood. The translation said this:
"We are here in response to humanity's plea for help. We are seeking payment."
The aliens go on to explain that an exchange was promised, that they're seeking a certain form of payment and they're offering the human race protection. Confusion sweeps across Earth as the concept of payment is introduced. Questions fill the air. Payment for what? Who is exactly asking for help? And the most intriguing question: why do we need help? Amid the shock, a sense of urgency emerges. World leaders unite in demand for questions, seeking clarity. As the message reverberates across the planet, a collective realization dawns. Humanity's past interactions with extraterrestrial beings are no longer concealed. Well, guys, I really want you to continue my story or make up your own in the comments. I want to hear what you guys can come up with. And remember, as long as there's a minimum of 10 stories in the comments, I'm going to pick my favorite one and I'll Venmo you $10 just for being awesome. You must also like this video and subscribe to the channel to win. Until next time, guys, remember, keep questioning everything. Peace.